What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm so thankful for you guys clicking on your video and giving me support in the past couple weeks here. So yeah, today I'm bringing you guys a little tree farm tutorial. This is not my design. It's designed by this guy named Dusty Dude. I'll link his channel right at the top of the description. Don't forget to go check him out. He made a wonderful farm. It produces about 10,200 or so logs per hour if you're using oak trees, which is an absolute nutty amount when it's just pure AFK. There's no player interaction other than he has to place the saplings. So the fact that you can just step away, leave right mouse clicked, it makes this super easy, super simple. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. All right, so let's hop right into this. First off, you're going to want to come up 3 blocks and go out 2. You're going to want to break the rest of your blocks there. And for starters, I don't know why I placed that redstone there, but you're going to want to bring this part down 1. This is going to be your standing platform. And then on the right there, we're going to want to have a dropper. That's where it's going to feed back the saplings to you. So then we're going to also place another dropper here and a dispenser above it so that we can have a bone meal chain that is bone mealing the saplings. And then we're going to have our 2 hoppers there. So I actually oriented those the wrong way at first. This is actually how you want to do it so that the saplings will drop and feed back into the dropper so that it can drop onto you. So you're going to want to come around back and we're going to want to get our little 2 blocks there. Eventually there will be a redstone line running off of that, but that's just for starters. So we're going to make a little observer clock right here. That's one way you can do it. And then we're going to place a piston down there so that we have the ability to turn on and off the farm. So as you can see, I placed that block 1 block away with a torch and flicked the lever. That way it is giving us a reverse signal. So we're going to come around and I believe we are going to finish our hopper chain. You're going to want those 4 hoppers to come out so that you can feed bone meal into the dropper. And here's a quick little time lapse of just me doing it. This is also the orientation that we're going to want on that dropper field. So yeah, we come back down to our AFK platform over there. And we're going to build it out a little bit more and make it 2-tier. And right there, you're about to see me build a redstone line. You're going to want to do this too because don't break that block. That was a complete accident. But you're going to want to do this too. Bring that redstone line along there and place your lever up top there. And that's going to be your way to turn on and off the farm as we continue building this. So next thing you're going to want to do, we're going to work on the arms now. So this is going to be the first arm. You're going to want to come out 3 blocks, go up on that 3rd block and go out 2 so that we can get a double piston. Now all of these piston extenders right here, you're going to want them to come up 6 blocks. And now we're going to use slime and honey blocks. And unfortunately you have to alternate it because it'll break if you don't. But it's not too bad to get the honey blocks for it. I mean, you can just set up a little primitive farm. So I'm going to hop into a little time lapse here. You're going to want to make sure that you're placing redstone blocks on all of the slime blocks on this arm. This will allow us to extend the pistons further down for our 3rd arm. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be 6 tall, 5 wide, 5 wide. So now we're going to come down to the bottom here. We're going to place a piston with a redstone block and you'll see what this is for later. But for now, we're going to build this 1 branch out to the arm. And I believe we are going to drop this and make it. So you're just... As I did there, I built it 1 too long. You actually just wanted to come out to the block right past the edge of that arm. Now we're going on to the other arm. So you're going to want to go off the edge of that hopper, go up 2, and make sure that there's 1 block between the bottom piston and the hopper right there. So we're basically just going to repeat what we did on the other side, except this time there's going to be no redstone blocks. It's just going to be straight trap doors. After that, we're going to do the same thing, extending this area out to the edge of our arm. And now you can place a little lever here. You're going to want to do that so you can at least test the function of the arm, making sure that everything is functioning properly. As you can see, I accidentally placed redstone there, but we're going to want repeaters right there. And I advise you use like a temporary building block and then you place your 2 glass blocks right there. And now we're going to build the piston extender out part. Oh, I forgot a furnace over here. But other than that, yeah, you're going to want to use an immovable block. It doesn't necessarily have to be a furnace, but an immovable block by slime blocks right there. And We're going to place a little redstone signal there, and then pay attention to these repeaters here. You want that second one to be on the 4th tick and the other one to be on 2 ticks. Otherwise, the piston extender will not work properly. So every time you see a slime block, you're going to want to repeat this same design, and I'm just going to let this play out. So just remember, like I said, piston on 4, piston on 2, or sorry, repeater on 4, repeater on 2, and then you're going to want to come back, maybe scaffold up and place your redstone line along the glass. So here we are testing to make sure that it works, and as you can see, it does function as intended with the double piston. And now I'm giving you a short time lapse of the other side, since all you're doing is repeating the exact same thing just on the other side. Remember, repeater closest to the furnace on 4, repeater farther from the furnace on 2. Now we're going to come around to the back and start building our final double piston. This is going to be what pushes the logs through the other side to get to the TNT dropper so that we can collect the wood. And you're going to want to come out back here and place a repeater. And it needs to be on 3 ticks. That is very important for this to work. It needs to be on 3 ticks. You're going to want to place that block right there. And then we are going to... I believe I use glass as a scaffolding, but you can use whatever block. You just want to build it up to that point right there and place your redstone signal along, and that should do it all for this arm. Now we come around and you're going to want to place glass on the bottom there with 2 logs. That is going to be what pushes the logs through. As you can see, we're going to test it, and look, that goes onto the dirt block, so it'll stop the ability, or it'll stop the bone meal from bone mealing another sapling, and you placing another sapling while it pushes the rest of the logs towards the collection area. So now that we've done that, we're going to fly down to the bottom here, and we're going to want to build this little platform thing that I'm building. Now this part's going to go a little quick, but you see that redstone line there? That's going to be what turns on and off the hopper clock. So now we just want to cover up that little patch of redstone, and now we're going to start working on the collection area. So it is going to be 5 wide, and as you can see, I went 3 tall except for the center block where the wood will be coming through. Now this whole thing is going to be a 5 by 8, so 5 in width, 8 at the bottom. Now here is the optional packed ice. You don't have to add this, the items will move plenty fast in water alone, but I decided to add this as well as when I did it in my survival world, because just a little less items on the floor makes it a little quicker. As you can see right there, dimensions showing up on the screen, it is going to be 8 by 5. And yeah, this is our little collection system. We're going to have 4 hoppers facing the right chest and 3 facing the left. Now you can do whatever you want from there, but that's just for the purpose of the farm, to give us a little storage. So next we're coming around here, and you're going to want to place these leaves here, because this is what's going to keep the saplings inside the farm, so that we collect more of the saplings instead of them being thrown about by the slime blocks and whatnot. And you're also going to want to come around on the back and do the same thing all the way up, just to make sure that we're collecting every sapling that we can, because we want to have as much longevity as possible. As you can see, I didn't mean to place that block there. You're going to want to place solid blocks. It doesn't have to be wood, but those hoppers are bone meal chains, and we don't want them collecting saplings. So those are the only hoppers that you're going to want to cover up right there, is that 4 chain right there. Now add your water here, just like that. It should fill out the entire stream and make it for the items to collect. So you're going to want to come out right next to the hoppers, sorry, 1 off from the hoppers, and place your obsidian block 2 blocks up from the base. From there, you are going to want to come up 12 blocks. Yeah, and then on top of that 12th block, you're going to want to place your trap door. Now we're going to get started on the TNT duplicator. So this is the area where the TNT will drop to blow up the wood so that we can collect it down in the water stream. So you're going to want to come 2 blocks out on the bottom there, and 1 up on every side, cover every side. Once you've done that, we're going to place our water right there. That's where our TNT will be primed and then slowly drop in through the water down through the fence gate. So now we're going to build the TNT duplicator part. You're going to want to place your slime blocks just like this. Feel free to pause as you need because I know it's going a little fast, but yeah, you're going to want to place that mechanism just like that. Otherwise it might break. And yeah, so you're going to want a dead fan coral, and it's okay to use live coral, but if you're going to use live coral, wait for it to die just for safety's sake. But yeah, this launcher is not primed, so if you accidentally hit the minecart trying to jump up there, don't worry about it. It will not set off the TNT yet. So the next step is we're going to come out 2 blocks like you just saw. We're going to break that first one, place our sticky piston, and now we have to place a regular piston on top. Do not forget about this regular piston. It seems redundant, but yeah. So as you just saw right there, we're going to make a little T shape coming out. This little section is 4 blocks wide, and this is where we're going to be making our hopper clock. So you're going to need a comparator there and a comparator there. And next, you can place a concrete block, or you can just use 2 hoppers. And we're just going to want 2 hoppers that are facing into each other. And then on the top blocks there, we are going to want redstone just to transmit the signal, and sticky pistons to move the redstone block between the 2 hoppers. You can place the redstone block right now, or you can come back and do it later. Just whatever you do, do not fill the hoppers. So as you can see, I'm coming down here, and from that edge of the platform, we're going to want a 3 block space to this concrete block that I'm about to place right there. Yes, that is, we want a 3 block space between that and the main platform where the lever is. So now we're going to build a little torch ladder here to send the signal up. This torch ladder is going to be 7 torches tall with a block on top. So as you can see, I will go up 7 blocks here. And on top of that one, I place a block. And yeah, next should be redstone on top of that. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to make sure that this is the right design. As I said, it is not my farm. Yeah, so next we're going to place the redstone on top of that there. And as you can see, I kind of messed up building the chain right here. It doesn't really matter how you do it, just that you get the same result here. You want the redstone signal feeding into that block right there. As you can see, I built it 1 too high. You want it feeding into that block so that that torch then turns on and off your hopper clock, allowing the TNT duplicator to work. Don't worry if it primes like that. As you can see, it's not going to cause any damage to the farm, assuming you built it right and you broke your pillaring blocks below the the fence gate. That's a very crucial step. Now inside this item hopper, you're only going to want 4 to 6 items. I recommended 6 because when I tried 4 or 5, it kept blowing up the machine. So here we go. We're just going to build a little bone meal collection area. You don't have to do this. You can build whatever you like here. You can add it to a hopper chain, a water stream, whatever you feel like doing, just as long as it has a constant supply of bone meal due to the fact that it does not produce its own bone meal. But yeah, this part's kind of creative liberty. Now we're coming back down here, and I totally forgot to do that. You're going to want to place that torch and those 2 repeaters right there just to send the redstone signal through. And now you're going to want to build 8 from the dirt block. You're going to want to build up 8 blocks and place a block on top. After you place that block on top, I recommend using a torch, button, pressure plate, something to keep mobs from spawning on it so they don't fall down and break the farm. But if you do not place that block up there, your farm will end up breaking, and you'll probably get a clip something similar to this. As you can see, all our slime blocks and such are just not correct. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Don't forget to check out Dusty Dude's video. He did a block by block tutorial, and if this one was too fast for you, I recommend you go check that one out. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and have a wonderful day.